Manila's hottest, Monster RX93.1. Hey, it's Gayle from Wild and Wicked, back at it again with another Monster exclusive interview with a voice and a face and literally just a presence that's not a stranger to the Monster. Everybody, let's all welcome Dhruv.
Hi everyone.
Woo-hoo. First of all, welcome back to the Philippines. It's been over a year now since you were back and since you performed in front of a Filipino crowd. So you also performed last Sunday, which is last night.
Yes.
How was it?
It was so fun. It was really a cool show because I got to do it acoustically, which I don't usually get to do, which feels very true to my writing style in general, starting on piano. But then also, obviously, sang a duet with Justin from SB19, and he is such a sweetheart. So that was really fun.
Yeah, we've been seeing also your TikToks with Justin.
Yeah.
Is there any more TikToks that we have to wait for, or?
We filmed some stuff, but I don't know if more. I think we posted our individual ones, but we filmed the rehearsal and stuff as well. So we'll see.
Love it. We're gonna look forward to it as well. But you are more than halfway through your tour, and how has it been so far?
Oh, it's so fun. It's really nice being back in Asia. It's really nice seeing fans. I think because I have kind of spent so much time in the studio over the last year and a half and spent a bit less time in the, not spotlight, but
on stage.
in front of people. It's nice. It feels very nice to see people and to chat with people and just, especially with these kinds of events, these listening events, it's always fun to see people's initial reaction to things.
Yeah, now speaking of the listening events also, Private Blizzard, can you give us context, especially the fans?
Yeah.
Why is it called Private Blizzard?
There are a couple of reasons it's called Private Blizzard. The first reason is that it sounds like that. So I would say the writing style of the album is very intimate. It's very vulnerable. But then the sound of the album itself is very messy, lots of instruments. And so it feels like my mind, or my very messy mind in music.
But how is it different from your first album or your other projects?
It's many more real instruments than in my first one. My first one had more synths, more electronic influences. It's also more collaborative, this album, in terms of the number of people that participated in the process of making it. It's more gloomy, I would say, a little more gloomy, a little more intense than Rapunzel, and longer songs, more bridges. Yeah. Sort of a different vibe.
Private Blizzard, okay. Yeah. The title itself is
it's a bit of a mouthful.
Interesting. What are we gonna expect from this one? Yada yada yada. And speaking of, what is your favorite track from the album?
I really my favorites are Tragedy, Daggers, and One and Only are my three favorites, I think.
Damn.
Yeah.
The titles, also the tracks, also Grieving.
Yeah.
Grieving was there also.
You have some very intense titles.
But you mentioned the past couple of TikToks, actually the recent TikToks that you've been posting, that Grieving is a ballad, which is something that is kind of unexpected from you, and the fans are how is this included? What was the thought process of you just including Grieving in the album when it's a ballad?
I love ballads. Ballads are some of my favorite types of songs. I was listening to so many artists who make ballads. I was listening to Adele a lot in the making of this album. So her earlier albums, she's the queen of ballads. She has
that's true.
7 ballads on every album. And so just because I was listening to it so much, and also because the spirit of this album is it's an album that's supposed to see you through a period of turbulence. And it would be weird to have an album that, is more gloomy and darker in that way without really going for it with the ballad,
Do you think this album resonates with you more as an artist compared to Rapunzel?
Just two different periods of time, periods of life. Rapunzel captured that initial period perfectly, and this album captures the last 2 years as well, really well.
But since we're already talking about years also in the industry, it's been 5 years since the release of Double Take.
Yeah, crazy, right?
Yeah. How has life been ever since? I mean, you did mention also that it popped out or popped out and a random Tuesday. So how was that? How has life been so far?
It's been great. Obviously, ups and downs. With any job, with any industry, like it obviously looks a certain way and then it is a certain way. So there are great moments in it, like doing things like this, touring, amazing moments, but also of course there are tougher moments when you're an artist, definitely the self-doubt, that kind of thing. So it's a mixed bag, but overall extremely grateful to be able to do this as a job.
Yeah. Is there like a song from the current album, the upcoming album, that kind of reflects what you just mentioned about like all the doubts, all the everything?
There's a song on the album which sounds like it's about a lover. It's called How, but it's about like post double take, feeling the stress and feeling like, what am I doing? How do I get people's attention? Kind of feeling a momentum shift and being stressed out about it. So there's that song. That's the main one, I would say.
Would you say it's your favorite?
I like it a lot, honestly, because it's the way that by design, it's a shape-shifting song. So it starts out just piano, then it's piano and drums, and then it gets like a different pattern. So it feels like the frantic energy.
Shape-shifting song?
Yeah, it shape-shifts. Every section is different from the one before it. So it feels like somebody trying to change themselves constantly to get people's attention.
So for the listeners also, it's going to be a whole experience.
Yeah, definitely. There are a couple of songs on the album where it's like, it's not just what you hear, it's like the progression of it, the journey of the song.
And how would you say the listeners, your fans, should listen to the album?
You should listen to the album from start to finish, because that was the way we sequenced it. We thought a lot about the track list. It's an album that's quite seasonal, so it starts off very autumn vibes, moves to a winter kind of vibe, and then it comes out in the spring, I would say. Yeah.
Okay, and now we are almost at the end of the interview, but a couple of questions also from the fans.
Yes.
They want to know.
Yeah.
You mentioned during the listening party that you've written most of the tracks, or you wrote most of the tracks at a cafe.
Cafe, yeah.
So what's your go-to order?
I'm really basic. I get a latte. I'm a latte king. I get like 2 or 3 a day. To this day.
A day?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm a very much, at least 2. 3 is on if I'm really just feeling undisciplined about my life and want to feel crazy, I'll get 3. And then I also, depending on the food situation, some cafes have great food, some are just for their coffee.
Yeah.
I'll get an
for the aesthetic.
Exactly. Some don't have good coffee or good food, but just vibes. But I'll get an avocado toast sometimes. Or if it's a really good cafe and I can have a meal here, then I'll have a meal.
So an avocado toast, or like an actual meal, a latte, milk of choice?
Regular.
Oh, okay.
I'm a regular milk.
Regular. Okay,
Yeah.
Now we are down to the last question as well from the fans. You have been flying around the world, basically.
Yeah.
What is your flying routine?
Ooh, flying routine.
Especially if it's like a long haul flight.
Yes. Okay, so long haul, you have to be really strategic, I think. Because if you don't mentally prepare for a really long flight, then it's going to feel extremely long. So I'm about to go from Singapore to New York, which is a 18 and a half hour flight.
Okay.
And I am already thinking, I think you have to sleep for at least half of the flight. So I force myself to sleep half of the flight if it's a long haul flight. I like to bring comfortable clothes in my bag. So I usually will wear jeans to the flight and I'll change if I can.
Controversial. Jeans?
I'll wear jeans into the flight, but then I'll change it to sweats when I'm on the plane. Because I'm like, not that anybody's checking, looking for me in the airport, but I'm like, I feel like I look like a bit too much of a mess when I'm in my sweats and my hair is like puffy.
No judgment.
Yeah.
Everybody's like that. Long haul flights.
Long haul flights, watch a movie or 2 if you can, and a little bit of raw dogging, introspection is always good. A little bit, not too much.
Thought daughter. Comes in handy during a flight for sure.
Wait, when you say thought daughter,
thought daughter, you know the TikTok?
Oh yeah.
Thought daughter, or I forgot the other one. Well, like when you're a thought daughter, you're just like with your thoughts, sitting with your thoughts.
Oh right.
Existential dread or like a crisis.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Cool.
But anyway, besides the album, what can the fans, listeners, the monsters expect from Dhruv?
You can expect a lot of. It's a fun album. I know I'm making it sound depressing, but it has the songs are like themselves fun. And they're not like a drag. It's not like ballad season. a lot of different vibes and moods. But yeah, I would say it's a bit definitely on the bleaker side, but I think you might enjoy it.
How about music videos?
Music videos, I mean, I've put out a few. I have maybe another one left in me before it comes out, but after it comes out, I think it's gonna be lots of live videos and live things.
Love it, love it. There you have it. Private Blizzard coming out very, very soon. And of course, Dhruv, thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
Once again, it's another Monster exclusive interview only here on Manila's hottest Monster RX93.1. Bye.